Hi everybody and welcome back to Scrap Addict Creations. I'm Diane. Today we are going to be sharing the Sentimental Christmas workshop layouts I did through Julie's workshop kit, as well as some 8.5 by 11 layouts I created to kind of coordinate with the paper. So let's get sharing. I wanted to share these layouts for quite a while. I fell in love with this layout. Julie, I cannot pronounce her last name, so I'm really sorry. I don't want to butcher it, so I'm just going to say Julie, created this layout set and instructions, and I ended up buying it because I really just utilized this paper amazingly. And so I will have a link below for her video that she did, and then on my blog I'll have a link to her instructions so you can purchase those from her. I will not share the sizes of the bits I did using her instructions because I feel like that's kind of unethical, but I will share the sizes of the stuff I did for my 8.5 by 11. I didn't have really any of this left over. I'm trying to remember what was on the back side. Let me grab, these are my leftover scraps. I still have a few things I want to do with this paper because it is absolutely beautiful, and I'm so glad I have some left over, but I'm not really going to use those candles, but I do think that's pretty. Let me see here. Any of this? Yeah, I don't have a scrap for this one. I must have used it. I can't remember what's on the back of it, so sorry about that. Okay. So I can tell you the pieces we use. So she had the Spotlight on Nature dies, and then it was this one right here with the little, I don't know what they're, little flowery bits kind of out. And then you would use this one that has this little corrugated underneath it, and it gives it a little bit of a different texture. I had never thought of doing that, so I was very happy to do it. Here, this one has kind of a stitching with that same corrugated under it. And then I had a die set with Christmas words that I was going to use on this instead of the letters, and it had a tree. So I just didn't like the letters that I had cut, but that's fine. So I ended up using the mini alphabet, and I think it cut beautifully with these this gold foil paper. She recommended the Christmas bird poinsettia stamp. Absolutely love that set. Here's the other, I just put the little blurb on the back. I also ended up getting this set. Isn't that pretty? It's the poinsettia spray. I did not use it, but I do have hopes to use it in the future. I stuck with this one. I didn't use the berries. I did cut them because I cut everything that she said just because I wanted to kind of play. I ended up using the adhesive-backed metallic gems. I liked that a little better, and I added those in there. On the little poinsettias, we've got this metallic enamel effects in gold. It is brushed on. And then I did add dazzling diamonds over the top before it dried, and it gave it a little extra shimmer. I can't remember. I think she used stickles for them. I did not use stickles. I have stickles. I just didn't use them. When I was opening the drawer, I found the dazzling diamonds, and I was like, oh, I'm going to use that. I believe they are no longer available because it's from my olden days in Stampin' Up! So all the ink on this one is pecan pie, and I thought it's just a beautiful layout. Isn't this just gorgeous? It's absolutely gorgeous. So her set is worth it. I think it was like $15 for the instructions. Totally a worth it investment into your scrapbooking layouts. Okay, so this one, since I didn't have this paper, and it's going to drive me nutters if I don't know what is on the back of it. I have a feeling it's the... let's see here. Okay, sorry. I'm going to try that again and see what's on the back. Okay, it is the one I was thinking it might be. Okay, so when I was working on this paper, I just thought it would be perfect because it's kind of vintagey for my daughter's first Christmas. And so I used the leftovers I had of this, and then this is the back side with the stockings. It felt a little better than the greenish color tones for these pictures. I did use an AI online, and I will note that on my blog, to enhance these pictures. I was having a little bit of trouble. They were really blurry as I was blowing them up, because they are from, like, way back 1989. And so I wanted to make sure that they looked good. And so I did use an AI to help me. I cut additional flowers. On this one, I just have the gold effects. I didn't add the dazzling diamonds. This was one of the first sets of the flowers I did that I hadn't put the dazzling diamonds on yet. So when I did it here, I did it right after I put it on there. When I tried to do it in the prior ones, it didn't stick, and I didn't want to go back and go over it. And I actually thought that just the gold was fine here. So this is where I used just the simple flowers. So we've got 3 up here and 3 down here. They are cut on a white, what is this white paper that I got? It's an iridescent-y type white paper. It's not vellum. These would be beautiful in vellum as well. But it is an iridescent-y type paper that I got, I believe, on Amazon, and I will put a link to that as well. So we've got some shaded spruce. Garden green and shaded spruce are this is the shaded spruce. This is garden green up in here. And so I just kind of cut extras, basically. We've got the real red, and then the white willow paper cut, and I will get those sizes. I don't have them right now. I guess I could do this. Why not? So we've got 5.5 by 7 7/8 on that one. And then this one is 5.5 by 8 1/4. And those are the leftover bits from the center of this paper here. This one is 4, and this would be by 11 1/4. And this one is 8 1/4 by 6 3/4. Okay. The red, this is just a strip down here, so it's 7 by 1 inch and 7 by 2.5 inches on that one. And over here we have, I guess I should measure it at the actual 5, probably 5 by 7. Yep, 5 by 7. Okay, so the pictures, like I said, I used an AI to help enhance them, make them larger, brighter. It was really nice. Use these flowers. I just really, really loved this paper. I wish I had bought an extra set. There wasn't any more of this paper left to get this, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm very happy with this being her first Christmas. We had our Santa picture. We have her picture, all taken probably on the same day, if I'm not really remembering. I know this was at a photo studio, and I know this was at a mall. So cute little outfits. Okay, I'm going to grab the next set. And this one is her Winter Wonderland. Okay, oops, let me kind of get these out of the frame. So I went a little crazy on this. It was with a bag and ink, and this ink is, I want to say I used evergreen on this, and yeah, it was evergreen, and this would be shaded spruce, because I had a couple sheets of this shaded spruce. I didn't have very much. And then we've got pine glitter paper here that I had from Close to My Heart. On here I used the gold again and the dazzling diamonds. We've got gold, and we've got the shaded spruce up in here, or shaded spruce and the evergreen papers up in here. And I cut the Winter Wonderland out of the glitter paper. Everything is inked around the edges with the evergreen ink I had, because I did not have shaded spruce. And then I used the shaded spruce up in here. No, sorry. the evergreen up in here with water, and it made it very, very like bendy. So this was the first layout that I was like, oh my goodness, I'm having a problem. And that resulted in me getting, let's see here, let me move this book press. But the problem with the book press was I only had one screw that I could go down all the way with. And I ended up having surgery on my leg because my leg was in so much pain, which has kind of been one of my detrimental things this last year. And so we are still in the process of getting more of this, but this will in the future help me make layouts flat after I do them. Okay, let me set that aside. So I have what I need partially. I need to get the other pieces. As soon as I'm finished healing, I can get out there and get the other pieces, but I need to take the screws with me to go do it. And it's kind of an in-person thing rather than doing something online. So these are still kind of puckered up. They need to be flattened. And that was a problem I had with this set, is I was a little heavy-handed with the ink. I did have fun though. So after I did the ink, then I did splatter. You can see a little more over in this side. This side, it's a little less. It kind of blended in more with the water. And then again, I used the adhesive backed metallic gems because those are amazing. If you have not bought dozens of those, you should. This one was pretty simple. I really, really appreciated how simple it was, but it was really fun to ink this paper up. Would I do this one again this way? I might not because of how messy it was, but again, I do have now that press. So I didn't have a lot of, I guess I do have a lot of that paper left over, so I do want to do this layout. I just haven't had the pictures I thought would go well. So what I did instead, actually, that goes kind of this way. These are actually two separate layouts, so sorry, just ignore that part. I ended up using just this gold paper here, and then this is about a 1-inch strip of white paper that I cut and used toffee ink on. I thought the toffee worked really well, and I used gold. Now this gold here, I did just recently share, and I just pulled it out. Where did I set it? Oh goodness. I would lose my head if it wasn't attached. I am not seeing it. I know it's right around me, but I will share it in just a little bit. But I used it on some recent layouts, the birthday layouts. And so I used a brush. I used this brush and just kind of brushed around. And it did okay. The brush did okay. And then I took a little bit of a bag and kind of dabbed. But it was not really feeling finished until I put the toffee around the edge. So that was awesome. Oh, found it. It's right here. So I used what was it? It was the champagne gold, which these are in backwards again, but it's this color right here. Love these little pots. Of all the sets, because I have the larger set. Let me grab the larger set. Because when I first started using these paints, I bought the larger set. Isn't this beautiful? It just has the 2 copper and gold here, and then the rest of the colors are pretty standard. Here's a nice little thing that they give you to put the colors in so you can see what they actually look like too, which is very kind of them. Okay, so let me set that aside. But it didn't come with all of these gold pieces, and so I ended up ordering this. I use this set more than I use the other set. So, okay, well, I'm glad I found that real quick because it was kind of driving my brain nuts. So we had some pictures probably when we got back from that of Allison and from the other pictures. And so Jace was playing with a wig his mom had way back when she was young. I don't know how that got out, but we had some pictures of it, so I wanted to do those. I did use the AI on that. It enhanced Allison really well. We look horrible in this picture. So that's a picture I'm going to have to work on again. use the gold on the flowers. I did use the gold on this little journaling card that I made and had Jace write, because he had written on her original layout. I wanted to keep that the same, used the gems and everything. So on this layout, I'm not sure this is one that anybody would be like, oh my gosh, I want to use it. But I did kind of a grid piece where we've got, what was this, 3.5 by 3.5. So this is a 3x3 photo. And so this one would be, I want to say this is 4 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then, so this would be 4 1/4 by, that's almost 5. And almost 5 on that one. So I just kind of did the same sizes and the same sizes, added the tag, added some flowers, added a little tiny 1/4 strip. There's 2 down here, 1 up here of gold paper, and just a very simple layout. Very happy with it though. I was really happy with how this looked. It was funny because it was a process. So I made this piece, and then I put it on the white paper that I had played with. This was a played with paper, so it was kind of a scrap. In fact, there's nothing here right in the center because it was on the outside. And then I thought, oh, it needs some gold. So I put it on the gold, and then I was like, oh, the gold's too much. And so then I cut the gold down, and then I added the white. And that's kind of how that process went with this one. So then we have this one. I wanted a wreath because I just love a wreath for Christmas. They're so pretty. And I just took 2 scraps of paper, and they're approximately, probably not the same size each, but let's say this one is 5 by 7. This one might be 5 by 7 as well, because it does kind of go over here. I just took 2 sheets of paper because I put the wreath down, the background, it was just like, woo. And I don't like it when my layouts do that. So when I put this paper down and then I put the wreath back on top, it gave it that, just felt right. And it balanced it out. So this is a spiral wreathy type thing with 3 spirals. We've got 3 of the poinsettias. We've got the leaves, and it looks like I used only shaded spruce on the leaves here. These all look the same. Actually, they look the same here too. And this is the gold that I cut the berries out of. And then gold for the metallic gems too. Or metallic back, adhesive back metallic gems. I will never say that right. I don't know why not. Okay, again, toffee ink grounded this paper over here. It just, honestly, I love Allison's first Christmas now. I'm really happy with it. Okay, so I'm going to grab the next one. That was the Winter Wonderland stuff. And the next one, oh my gosh, this one was so fun. Let's see here. We've got stuff flying all over. Okay. Oh my goodness, isn't this beautiful? I didn't have copper paper. I could not find it at all. And so I now have some because I ordered it. So my little trick for this one was the pens. Let me grab one. They are up here. This is probably not the one I used, but I do have the Spectrum Noir. It's a 3-pen set. Yeah, this is like the smallest one. So what I did is I took a scrap of white piece of paper and I colored it with this. And then I cut it out. So we have the copper colored paper here and the copper colored up here. It needed grounding. I'm not sure. I think that this piece was here. I don't think it was up here. I know there was one area where I added some. And then for the letters, I took white paper and I embossed it with copper embossing powder. And I did it about 3 times because I really wanted a nice copper feel. And it gave it, let's see if I can, gave it kind of like a raised effect too. And then I cut out the letters. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so on this one, I added a little bit of copper to these brown leaves. So this brown would be, I'm looking on the instructions, early espresso. And we used the wood, it was a pine embossing folder to emboss that. And then I did kind of dab some of the copper ink on that too. I wanted the copper to kind of flow around. I cut these out once I got the copper paper and stuck them in. I used the copper gems here. And on this, I just used, I used the Dazzling Diamonds. And I'm trying to think of what I adhered it down with. I think it was just a standard adhesive on that one. So same over here, these little groupings are just beautiful. I'm really happy with them. And the nice part is the back of that is this, or this somehow. I did cut some of these pieces right here for other things, okay? And for some reason, I had extra of this paper. I don't know how I had extra. Oh, I do know, because I need it. Yep, I understand why I had extra. I did have extra of this paper. Okay, sorry, I had to think about that one. So what I did was I made 2 sets of layouts. This is the first one. I wanted it to be pretty close to what the other one was. And I went a little crazy pants with copper on the metallic enamel effects. I'm not sure I would do the copper again. It's okay. It's just not my favorite. It probably, honestly, let me grab my shimmer pen and see if I can. Yeah, that's helping it a little bit. It needed a little more shimmer. Oh, and the nice part is while I'm doing this, it's kind of blending that in a little better too. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, I had brought out the shimmer brush because I was thinking I might need it, and I do. Yay. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking that a little better. It's just the copper is really bright and dark, and it really has a presence versus the gold seems to just kind of be there. But I did the copper strips here and here again. I did the winter hike was done same way with the embossing powders, and then I added a little bit of, I think this was the first one I added the copper to. I went a little heavy-handed on that. I did use just the white here. It needed something that wasn't copper, was kind of more of a balance. So I did go with just the white shimmery paper that I have for that one. Okay, so that's that one. And then I needed another layout set of that for my daughter. And I found a sketch I liked, and I did this. I left these just white, and I was much happier with these just being white. We've got gold up in here. We've got toffee ink around it. And I did winter hike in just that white shimmery paper. So these do not have, these have a hint of a glitter on them, but it could just be the paper. But very happy with that. So these are the same pictures, basically. It's just doing these for my 2 girls' books. Okay, so there is that. Let me look. I think that was everything. I have some leftover letters. They kind of went everywhere. So we've got the glitter, we've got the shimmery ones, and these are gold. The leftover letters I had for the copper were not salvageable, but I do have some of this paper that I am planning to make a little bit more with when I find the right pictures for it. But aren't these papers just beautiful? If you have this collection, make sure you grab Julie's set. It's worth it. If you scrapbook 8.5 by 11, I will have the sizes for these on the blog. So I hope you really enjoyed these layouts. I had an amazing time working on them, and I am really appreciative that I had found Julie's workshop kit instructions to do these because it was a lot of fun. So again, I will have that linked in my blog so you can purchase her set if you are interested in that, as well as the sizes for my 8.5 by 11 layouts that I did. Hopefully in the future I will get another layout going with these papers because I really like them, and I know I have a few more sets of pictures for that Christmas, so should work out. But if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you have, thank you so much for continuing to watch my videos. I, again, hope you enjoyed these layouts. The next set we will be working with will be actually a baby album. I have a gift I need to do, so we will be doing a few layout shares as well as some process shares with that one as I get working on that. And I will just see you in the next video. So have an amazing day. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and play today. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more of my videos. Leave a comment and have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.